Our next speaker is Evelyn De Luca, who was born in Formia, Italy, class of 1999. Evelyn began to be active at the age of 14, founding a newspaper and continuing to be its director and editor for 6 years. She has always been interested in journalism, and she started working as a freelancer in various Italian newspapers. Evelyn volunteered in associations and NGOs for social inclusion, and she is currently active in politics and has made reports in various geographical areas. After winning several national journalistic and literary awards, she obtained a 3-year degree in Sapienza and at the same time carried out a study program focused on cybersecurity and corporate security. She's currently graduating from the International University of Rome with a master's degree in investigation, crime, and international security. And she has carried out various types of collaborations and internships in data analysis, anti-radicalization departments, geopolitical journals and think tanks. And she has been working for 2 years in international cooperation and deals with project management, project writing, and training for Erasmus+. A very impressive CV. All right. So Evelyn will be discussing different ways to ensure that participation is representative and that youth organizations receive appropriate capacity building opportunities to advance the way in which they contribute to the achievement of the SDGs. So thank you so much for being with us today, Evelyn. You have the floor for 10 to 15 minutes as well. And I understand that you have to leave as you have another event, but if you can stay with us, that would be great as well. You have the floor.
Thank you so much. Actually, first of all, thank you to Maat for peace development and human rights. We had the chance to meet recently in Bari during a capacity building together with Bulgaria, Greece, Tunisia, Egypt, of course, Albania and Jordan. And I was the trainer there as part of Eurosud, the Italian association that was partner in this capacity building. So I'm working together with the Italian Association Oriel on Erasmus+, especially on international cooperation. Actually, I would like to start with the definition that the youth strategy gave about youth participation, which is when an individual young person or a group of young people can benefit and can have the rights, the means, the space, the opportunity and the support to freely express their point of view, so to freely be part of the decision-making process and to be active in the democratic and civic life of their community. All the work we do, especially with Erasmus Plus and European Solidarity Corps, is willing to promote this long-term cooperation between southern and northern Euro-Mediterranean countries. And especially youth work is very much strongly value-based. And our goal is to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. And actually, I would like to mention especially some of them that are guiding our kind of work, which are the goal number 4, which is the one about providing quality learning mobilities, inclusive mobilities, inclusive learning processes, and opportunities of learning, answering different kind of needs. And also the goal number 11 about sustainable cities and communities, which is something that we are really carrying off in our projects, and also the goal 17, which is the one about encouraging and promoting effective public and public-private cross-sectoral cooperation, which is very important also to understand where are the people you are targeting and who are the people that you need to work with in order to answer to their specific needs. Actually, in the Erasmus Plus project, especially the capacity building project, which is part of the Key Action 2, is willing to create this long-term cooperation and to pursue these goals. Also connected to the 4 pillars of Erasmus Plus, which are active participation, social inclusion, digital transformation, and sustainability, tackled from 3 points of view, which is the economic sustainability, the social sustainability, and the environmental sustainability. But how can we ensure, going into more in details, how can we ensure that is really representative? There are some guidelines starting from this kind of grants. And I guess I would like to reflect also some similar to what Nevena said about the method, because if you want to promote participative participation, your learning mobilities needs to be based on an informal approach that for sure needs to be combined also with formal education, but needs to start with a participatory approach, which is based on the needs of the learners. We do it through different projects, and especially for capacity building, the idea is to involve countries that are not usually partners in this kind of European grants in order to promote and to foster this kind of cooperation. And especially the aim is to support this international cooperation and to promote the policy-making process through the development of critical thinking skills, knowledge, internet safety, in the case of our capacity building, also tools and ways for the development of citizen journalism. There are some steps that could be followed to understand if you are promoting and giving the appropriate measures for every youth organizations. The first step actually should be the one about doing the training need assessment. So for every kind of learning mobility, the important thing is to conduct firstly a survey to understand which is your target group, which are the values of your target group, and also which is the problem that you need to solve, because also the concept of community is related to a group of people that has the same value and has the same problem and needs to find a solution for that problem. Also very important to ensure this participatory approach is to engage stakeholders on capacity development. So as something that we did in Bari, kind of map the terrain. So know which are the driving force of your problem, which are the restraining force that are operating in the area you are dealing with, and also in the neighborhood you are dealing with, in the local community you are dealing with, in order to understand which kind of cross-sectoral cooperation you can implement, and also formulate a capacity development response. So after the first stage, which is the one about the research and the needs analysis, there is this second one about searching for the right stakeholders, and then understanding how to develop this response, how to implement this response, at the end, how to evaluate this response. Especially for capacity building, the idea is to promote this participatory approach, which is very much voluntary based, with the idea that you cannot involve people that don't want to be involved. For sure, there are many engagement tools that you can use in local communities, but all the actions that we are planning to do here are based on this voluntary approach. And especially another guideline I'd like to mention that is very important also for the evaluation part and to assure that a project is well developed is the youth strategy for diversity and inclusion. So when talking about youth participation, it's important to define a specific target group, and this European strategy could be very helpful when identifying people with the geographical obstacles, economical obstacles, social obstacles, and cultural obstacles, in order also to provide the right measures for them. I guess that actually, if you have any kind of questions, I would be very happy to answer, and I hope this could be a nice moment for partnership building also for us, and to cooperate on a long term together for the same mission.
Yes, most definitely. Thank you so much, Evelyn. And thank you for mentioning the needs-based survey, that you actually have to survey the community. You have to ask them what they need instead of just assuming or like creating a whole entire training and just not giving the people what they actually need. So thank you so much for mentioning that. I also have a follow-up question. And it's about your home country. Do you believe that youth participation in your own home country is representative? And what are some examples that you can provide us with?
One just small thing to add related to the first thing that you said. It's very much important that it's analysis also, because if you have a bottom-up approach, it's not going to, like, the bottom-up approach is going to work, while the other way down is not going to work. Really, like, talking about my country, actually, in terms of representative, is quite complicated. For example, in this moment, I'm carrying on in my city a program for the female empowerment and the female representation in politics, which is a huge problem, because in Italy, considering like the regional elections we had, there is just the 35% of female representation. So there are lots of not just based, like, this kind of non-representativeness is not based just on gender, but on different kind of discrimination. So I guess for Italian society, it's quite important also to talk about intersectional discrimination, because usually not, like, minorities are not representative enough, especially now with the new government, which is quite problematic from this point of view. And the idea also of this kind of international cooperation is to give the voice to the people that are not represented enough in society, and to give concrete tools and competencies to be empowered and to find a specific, like, their specific role, in order to let other people, let all the society know about their needs, and how the quality of their life in society would be improved.
All right. Thank you very much, Evelyn.